You know what time it is. It's the first Tuesday of the month, so it is shelf-stable pantry recipe time. And this is a collab where we all get together and show you how you can make a delicious recipe, be it an entree, side dish, or dessert, from what you already have stored in your food storage. And if you want to make your own recipe binder, down below in the description is the link so you can do a printout. I really encourage you to print out the recipes you like in the collaboration and keep them in a binder. Now let's get started. Well, if you followed my other shelf-stable recipes, you know I had one for pizza, I had another one for variation like a pot pie. Anyway, a lot of my recipes are a basic recipe, but then you can change it up. You can make it the way your family likes it. And this recipe is no exception. Today, we're going to make a versatile chowder. We're going to start with a chowder base, but then we're going to have a lot of variations you can use. Maybe you're making potato chowder. You can use your canned potatoes that are diced. Or maybe you're making corn chowder. Just add the corn, and in this case, this corn has a little, let's see, poblano and red peppers. I like to give my chowder a little zing, but you can use cream corn or regular corn. You also might want to make crab chowder, but it really is endless. You can make chowder with ham bits in it, of course, Spam bits in it, chicken chowder, fish chowder, you know, use your canned salmon, or maybe a cheesy chowder. You could use, make a beer cheese chowder. I mean, there's so many different things you can do. But what I'm going to show you today is we're going to start with a simple chowder base, and from there, we're going to make a delicious crab corn chowder. So let's get started. Hey, it's Prepper Potpourri, and I have another shelf-stable recipe. And I just want to thank all the collaborators. We have Tulilu Creates, Crazy Days, Diane the Canning Nana, Fermented Homestead, Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking, In the Kitchen with Karen, Jenny's Scratch Made Kitchen, Linda's Pantry, Mennonite Farmhouse, Sutton's Days, and me, Prepper Potpourri. The links to their channels are below, and then the playlist, so you won't miss one shelf-stable video. Let's get started with our base. This is really a simple recipe. You need a tablespoon of butter, or if you don't have that, a tablespoon of ghee or clarified butter. And you're going to need 3 tablespoons of dried onion flakes, or 1 cup diced fresh onion, or 1 tablespoon onion powder. We're going to use the minced dried onions today. And then you want 2 cups of chicken broth, 1 can here of evaporated milk, 12-ounce size, and then you can add thyme for spice if you want, but you might want to wait to see what variation you're going to make. And of course, you're going to need salt and pepper. So let's get started. Okay, 1 tablespoon of ghee or butter is melting. Now we want to add our onions. We want 3 tablespoons. Now I always like kind of stirring it through the butter with the onions. Okay, that's going good. Crisping up the onions a little. Now we want to add our chicken broth. It'd be nice if I would spill some of it. Gotta clean the burners today anyway. Okay. And then we're going to add our evaporated milk. And the neat thing about evaporated milk is it is more concentrated. Of course, it'd be better even if you had cream, but most of us don't have that. Okay, mix it up. With those onions getting a little crispy, it's already smelling good. And we're just going to cook it a while until the broth thickens. Now for the variation I'm making today, I'm going to add some crab meat, and I drained this. Some canned diced potatoes. I might only use half a can, not sure. And some whole kernel Southwest corn. And I drained a little of the broth out, but you know, I don't know why everybody does that with the corn. Actually, that has a lot of good corn flavor. So I'm using some of that corn juice too. Okay, it's thickened up a bit. And if you like it thicker, you can always add a little slurry of cornstarch or flour or instant potatoes. Now we're gonna have fun and make it the crab corn chowder. Now I am going to add some of this corn juice and all of the corn because I love corn. Maybe you only want a half a can of corn. And because I'm putting extra juice in here, I'm gonna let this cook down a bit, but I think I'll add the potatoes now too. You know what? I used the whole can. There we go. We're going to add our crab now. And 1 can would probably be enough, but I've decided to put in 2 cans, make it real crabby. And of course I've drained it, but remember when you open your can, there is this, you need to take that off. You don't want that in your soup. Okay, now we're just going to heat this through and I'll be ready for serving. Here it is. Smells so good. I had taken a little taste when I was cooking it. It really doesn't need any more salt because I think probably the different canned items are salty. But I've decided to garnish mine with a little of the kale chips I made. Right, just give them a little right on top. Now it's time for a taste test. Time for a taste test. I've got some potatoes and corn and hopefully some crab. Boy, this is really, really good. Definitely has a corn taste, but you can taste the crab too. Really a nice, hearty chowder. So easy, so fast, and you can have a meal that's hearty for your family. And make sure, have fun, do all the variations with this. And your family won't even know you're starting from the same base. But this is an excellent Prepper Pantry recipe. There's a link below for the printout for this video, and it's a nice 2-page printout that will go in your recipe book. So I really recommend that you download it, and the link is below this video. And it goes into all the various different variations, and then garnishes like bacon bits, chives, croutons, parsley, grated Parmesan cheese, paprika. But it also goes into a canned soup solution. And by that, maybe you have cream of mushroom and you want to add that with cheddar cheese and maybe some broth. See what you turn up with. Or maybe you're going to use cream of onion and French onion. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do by mixing up your canned soup. So, don't despair. If you don't have other things on your pantry shelves, maybe you have these Campbell soups there. Also, if you like to can, I recommend that you click, I guess it'll be up here, and the link will be below too, to a video I did on a potato soup base. And then I have another video that I did by using that soup base 4 different ways. I hope you enjoy the series. I know I do. I'm learning new things all the time to put in my shelf table recipe book, and I hope you are too. So as always, thumbs up if you like the video, and please subscribe and share the knowledge.